Hey, what's up guys, Pallab here from nothingwired.com, and today we have the brand new OnePlus 3. Well, we received the OnePlus 3 a few days ago, about 4 to 5 days ago, but then unlike some of the other bloggers, we were not in haste to publish the full review because we need to give you every aspect of the phone possible, right? We had to do the heating test, the gameplay test, we had to do the battery life test, how much time does it take to charge up, and all those things. So finally we are ready with our full review. So this is a review box. You might not get this particular box when you go and buy OnePlus 3. This has the OnePlus 3, the VRs, the back covers, and also the car charger. So you're gonna just go ahead and slide this out. So first thing, this is the VR, and you might have already seen this. This one. The next thing, I'm gonna come to the phone later. The next thing is the dash car charger, which is this. But this also supports dash power, that is fast charging there. Then we have some back cover. Number one, this one is an apricot case. This one is a wooden case. This one is a rosewood case. This one is a sandstone case. And then this one is what OnePlus calls carbon case. Okay. And finally, we have the device out here. Yeah, we already opened the device because obviously we had to do the test. So that's the device. Once you open the box, on top as usual you'll find the OnePlus 3. Then you should have some manuals and stuff here. I can just pull this out, and that's the quick start guide. You have a user guide. Oops, what else? That's it. And then you have the SIM opener tool there. And then a message from Carl Pei, who is the co-founder of OnePlus, thanking you for buying the OnePlus, that is. And then that's the dash charger. It has a 4 ampere output, massive output. And then you have a USB-C type USB cable. So that's about the content of the box really. So that's the OnePlus 3 for you guys. It's an all metal body. We have the gray color because only the gray color is available in India right now, but OnePlus promises that they would have the gold color coming soon. Despite of being metal, the phone is quite light. It fits nicely into hands, and I do not see it slipping off very often, unlike some of the other metal phones. Also, it's very slim and feels great. Overall, ergonomically, the phone feels great. So you have this nice matte finish on the back. It's almost like, you know, gunmetal gray kind of a look. You have that 5.5-inch screen here, full HD resolution, your front cameras and sensors over there, and the earpiece, your capacitive touch home keys, your both two hotkeys would be here. You can interchange the places, the recent and the back key in the settings. You have the notification toggle button here, and then your volume rocker. Below you have the USB-C type port, plus the speaker and the 3.5mm jack, and then your power button and space for both the SIMs. It does not take micro SD card, remember, nothing much on the top. Behind you have that 16MP camera, and then it's not a dual tone LED, I guess, and that's the brilliant OnePlus logo. I love that logo. Nice touch here. Overall, feels great, the phone. So that's the full HD 5.5-inch display, and I already have my fingerprint activated, and you would see that the fingerprint is kind of hit and miss. It kind of unnecessarily gives an error message sometimes. So here, not always, but then sometimes it says your fingers moving too fast, and then it would unlock the device. But generally I've seen if you keep your whole thumb or the upper part, then things are smooth. If you go and do something like this, like not the whole thumb, you saw there's a red sign there, error. Your finger moved too fast, but then it unlocks. Anyway, so well, nothing much to write home about except the contrast and the viewing angle. The contrast is great because of that AMOLED screen, and viewing angle You can see our color card also. The color difference is proper here, even here. Not exactly like some of those Galaxy devices, but still it's a very good display. And even the viewing angle you see is brilliant thanks to the AMOLED screen. So one of the better displays in the market. Yeah. So this is powered by Oxygen OS and it's based on Android 6.1. Oxygen OS 3.1.2. This update will come later and not when you buy or open the device, or it might be already waiting for you. So out of 64 GB, we have the 64 GB model only in India. It says 52.66 GB available. You can enable or disable your OTG right from there. And what else? I'm going to spend some time in the settings because there are a lot of customizations that you can do here, and there are some of those customizations. So I have it in dark mode because I like it that way, but otherwise by default you would see the phone in light mode like this. Yeah, dark mode is great to use even under low light, so that's why I use dark mode. And also you can customize the button. As I told you before, you can customize these two buttons. Swap button was that on-screen navigation button. So whenever you give this, you'll have this on-screen buttons. I do not like the on-screen buttons because that's kind of eats up into my real estate. I already have the hard buttons out there, so I don't need those buttons. So I'm not gonna go and switch that on. I'm gonna use the whole screen here, and then some of the other things: long press action, double tap action. You can double tap to wake it up, and a lot of those things. So one good thing about the Oxygen OS is it almost does not contain any bloatware. You can see some of these like Instagram and Facebook and all we've installed later, but apart from those you will mostly get the Google Android apps only, and maybe the file manager and a few in-house apps, but mostly the Google Android apps only. So that's a great thing. Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, these three we've installed. Apart from that, all come preloaded. You see, only these many, and these many combined with that 6 GB memory and a very good 820 chipset. The user interface is extremely fast, smooth, buttery, and we did not feel any lag whatsoever, even after some of those stress tested. And I'm just gonna go ahead and show you the camera once here. There's a 16 MP camera. Yeah, it's fast enough. You can switch off or on your HDR right from there. Those are some of the shooting modes: time lapse, slow mode, and photo video. What I don't like here is that I could not select the resolution of the photo. Well, what I can do is I can go and I can choose between widescreen and 4:3 aspect ratio and 1:1 aspect ratio, or that's the timer, that's the grid. But I do not seem to be able to change the resolution. In video, however, I can change the resolution 4K, 1080p, 720p. Now, one important thing is 4K is that it's one of the very few devices which actually lets you record for 10 minutes. You see, generally you get 4K for 5 minutes only in other devices. That's a great thing. There's the front camera. It does not lag at all. 8 MP. And my wife absolutely loves it because it the beautify feature is great. So we've checked out some of the image and video quality. They are great. They have good amount of detail. The saturation and hue are proper under enough light. Even under low light, we've seen the colors proper. There are noise when you stress the phone too much, but then up to a great level, you get proper relatively low noise photos. The image processing engine here processes the noise really good in high ISO. The videos are also sharp enough. Overall, it's a brilliant camera, and particularly we love the selfie camera.
Staying up. I'm wilding out. I'm leaning in. I'm leaning in.
you heard that it crackles just a tad bit at full volume. It's loud enough, it's very loud by the way. It also has decent amount of bass. So it's not totally flat, but then it crackles at times. The movie viewing experience is great, the 3D sound and the vocals, but you see the sound reducing and then opening up because the speaker I think is not strategically placed. So whenever you're playing game, that's the natural landscape mode, or watching movies, you naturally press the speaker here, and that kind of reduces the whole sound. So that's something. Probably they should have put 2 speakers so that this speaker at least is open. Or you can also watch this. You can also watch it like this. But some of the games or some of the landscape apps won't rotate this way, because that's the natural landscape mode. So this is something that you need to take note of. Overall, love the user interface. The call quality is great, and the heating issue, yeah. So one of the good things, one of the best thing about the OnePlus 3 is that it did not heat much. We played game, in fact we made a dedicated video about that. We played game for about 10 minutes, we recorded 4K video for 10 minutes, and we also charged this device up for about 10 minutes. And in each of these cases, the maximum was during 4K recording, where it jumped up to about 4 degree difference. So a 4 degree max difference is great for a device, and specifically for a metal device. However, note that because this is metal, it kind of it conducts heat, so it releases heat that fast. So you might find it very hot, but note that the actual temperature might not be that hot. Unlike let's say a plastic device, where the back might not feel that hot, but inside it might be really hot because of that, because plastic is a poor releaser of heat. We also did some benchmark and gameplay testing. You can check out our dedicated video, but it almost stops in all the benchmark tests we did because of that chipset, great chipset. Also the gameplay, anything that we threw in it were great, and it did not break a sweat playing those. So that's it guys, we've come to the end of our review, and let's talk about some pros and cons. The main pros of this device, number one is the price. You get the latest processor, the 820 processor, one of the best RAM in the industry, 6 GB of RAM, a great GPU, and a very light UI for only 28,000. Now some of the devices, some of the flagships from some other company that cost double of this has these chipsets and not even this RAM. So that's one great thing, great value for money, number one. Number two is it has a great camera, not only the back, also the front camera. That's what I like. Number three is that the sound output is loud enough, although it crackles a bit. And number four is that it does not heat up that easily. That's one great thing. Talking about some of the cons, the main con of this device we found is the battery life. We tested with Geekbench 3.0 and it gave about 5 hours and 41 minutes, which is below par for the 3000 mAh battery, we think. Although it supports fast charging, dash charger that charges about 60% in half an hour, but still, if the full battery gives you about 6 hours, then 60% should give you about 4 hours of battery time. That's still less, so you might have to charge this in the middle of the day or probably towards the evening. So that's one con. And fingerprint was great, but sometimes it gives some unnecessary errors, so that's one thing. Overall, we think it's a great device. We think at 28,000, it's totally a go-ahead from us. It's one of the best devices in the market right now. Specifically considering the price, this might just be the best value for money device in the market right now. If you like this video, please hit the like button, ask anything related to this, and we'll try to answer them all. And please subscribe to our channel and share this video to share the love. Thank you.